In the haze of smoke where stories unfold, the Leaf and Ash podcast, tales bravely told. A gathering of spirits, a club so grand, bonded by the leaf, a brotherhood stand. Oh, the cigar mutt with a nose full of fine, the cigar panda in the smoke they align, the cigar tone with a touch of class, PC silverback strength and contrast.
I absolutely love the damn intro, guys. Welcome back, guys. I'm your host, Panda. Welcome to the Leaf and Ash podcast. Along, as always, on my compadres. Top left, we got Mr. Rico Suave himself, Cigar Don.
What's going on, guys?
Bottom right, we got the big dog himself, PC Silverback.
What's happening, y'all?
And the guy behind the curtain himself, the wizard of the one figure pecking himself, JJ, aka Mutt. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Man,
What's going on?
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood.
there it is.
Hey, listen, this is our third episode. So welcome everyone that's gonna be seeing this. It's Friday. I'm doing this recording. A week. Well, actually, this coming week is 4th of July, guys. It's crazy. I mean, you know, it's unreal. I can't believe it's already here. Before we get into our topics, I gotta bring it up. We got how many days left, Don?
13 days.
13 days to the first retreat, baby.
And counting.
And counting. I am so damn looking forward to it, guys. But guys, today we're gonna be talking about a couple of topics today, right? We're talking about pairing. We're going to talk about lounges. We're going to talk about some etiquette in the lounges. But before we get to all that, let's get to what we're smoking first. What are you smoking, Don?
I got the Tatuaje Black Label.
Pete Johnson.
Yep. Very fine cigar. I love the cigar.
Nice. What's up with you, Mutt?
Flathead 660.
You really like those bad boys, huh?
I do. I still have like probably 15 in that humidor.
It's a good stick. It's a good stick. What's up with you, big dog? What you smoking?
Man, of course I gotta go with the Oliva V Especial, man.
And I am smoking probably one of my favorite cigars. That is the Liga 9 Liga Privada Bellicoso, gentlemen. This is my absolute favorite cigar. So let's light up and we'll start getting to it, guys. So, first topic of the evening, gentlemen, is pairing. You know, what do we like to drink? Whether it could be a liquor, some coffee, soda, pop, whatever. What do you guys prefer to pair up your cigars with? What do you think, Don? What do you like?
So for me, I'm a bourbon guy. I like bourbon, but I like it neat. I like it on ice. But I really like to have a cigar with a little splash of either Sprite or ginger ale in my bourbon. I think it gives that kind of little sweet taste in your mouth, you know. So that's my favorite. Now a lot of the times, I don't know if I've ever shared on here, but I had surgery a year ago that I can't drink very often. So I do every now and again. But so most of the time I'm either going with a sweet tea or Powerade Zero kind of thing. But I really, really like to have a little bourbon with mine. Little bourbon and ginger ale is my go-to.
Oh, nice. Any particular bourbon?
My favorite bourbon, I would say favorite. My everyday bourbon would be Basil Hayden. I really like that a lot. Today I'm going with Gentleman Jack from Jack Daniels. So
can't go wrong with Jack.
Yeah,
I like that Basil Hayden. I like the toast. I got a couple of bottles. I got the regular bottle on the bar. It's a little spice to it.
Yep.
You know, a little heat, not that much. You know, a good pairing. How about you, Mutt? What do you like to pair up?
Well, right now I got a little bit of a Evan Williams Black Label. I like my Knob Creek, as everybody knows. But root beer. I enjoy pairing cigars with root beer.
Okay.
A Coke or a Dr. Pepper every now and then. But I'd have to say my favorite of all would have to be the root beer.
It's good to have the sugar. You know, the sugar helps, you know, balance the palate, you know, which is always good. You know, that's why people, even ginger ale, some people like the ginger ale. to kind of take off that little bite on the palate. How about you, Big Dog? What do you like?
Hey man, where do I start? Because I have so many things I like to kind of use to keep my palate cleansed and stuff like that. So I'll start with the sparkling water. I'll do maybe a coffee or something like that with no sugar, black. Um, and for something like with the Oliva V, I probably should have left the beer alone and went and got me some Grand Marnier. You know what I mean? That's right.
Excuse
That's right.
me.
And and when all fails, go with the Buffalo Trace.
Hello.
So yeah,
Well,
those are my beverages that I go to with the when
to
pairing.
me, yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like to me, it varies, right? It depends on the mood, depends on the day, time of day. In the morning, I gotta have my cup of coffee. I have to have my coffee. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, and that's pretty much how I start my day. I'll have a medium to mild. Lately, I've been smoking some really mild cigars in the morning with my coffee. I kind of like to warm my palate up now. I'm kind of, as opposed to just smoking straight Maduros all day.
Right.
Um, I'm a big bourbon guy. I used to be a whiskey guy. Don't get me wrong, I still like whiskey. It's just some whiskeys I can't deal with anymore. Like the peatiness of whiskey now. If it's too strong on peatiness, I cannot drink it. I used to be a big Johnny Walker guy, and for whatever reason, I cannot drink Johnny Walker anymore. Tonight, PC, you mentioned it. I'm drinking my Buffalo Trace and my little bougie Opus X glass. So
Oh,
cheers.
Cheers.
no.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a great pairing with my Liga 9. Um, once in a while, I don't mind a port, you know. Um, I don't mind wine, but I prefer more of a port, because it's a little sweeter, you know what I mean? Kind of balance things out for me and depending on the mood. Um, but I enjoy, then if not, I'm always drinking water, always drinking water because, as you know, there's certain cigars that just make your tongue over salivate. You know,
Hmm.
you have a leathery cigar like JJ smoked in the Evil that
Oof.
that's it's just it dries out your tongue so bad that you have to constantly you take a couple of drags and you got to take a couple of sips.
Yep.
You know, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I love doing pairings. You know what I mean? I enjoy, the sweetness of bourbon. That balance things out for me and my cigars. You know, yeah, and like I said, it all depends, guys. Honestly, on the time of day. Because I'm not gonna have a bourbon in the first thing in the morning, unless I'm on vacation in Jamaica or something or across sea. I'm just saying. I cannot confirm or deny that has happened. But anyways, I digress.
I hear you.
Um, you know, so when you guys let's move on to the next topic, which is lounges, right? And we all know there's different type of lounges. You have your high end, your classy lounges. That there's sometimes some lounges have a dress code. You know, you have other lounges that are your mom and pop neighborhood shops. That is your everyday Joe that's walking in there. And then you have the middle, right? That it could be either or. It could be well mannered, but there's no dress code. It could be kind of rowdy, but also just chill. I mean, which lounges do you guys prefer going to? Go ahead, Don.
So my lounge that I'm a member of is I would say it's probably like you just described, like the middle of the road. It's a nice lounge. It's got a nice kind of a darker ambiance to it. It's maroons and brown leather and that kind of stuff. There is no dress code, but I'm not going in there in my athletic shorts and my t-shirt either, type thing. I'm going to put on, at the very least, a pair of khaki shorts and a nice shirt to go in there um, and they have a poker table in there, so at times it gets loud, at times it gets uh, and at times it's very subdued. And I think the owner there does a really good job of knowing when the time to let people get rowdy and when the time to kind of calm everybody down and you know um, for us they have two sides. They have a public side and a member side. And so for me, if I'm in there and I'm in the mood to just chill out and and watch the Astros game or whatever, and I don't really want to get rowdy that night, I just move myself over to the member side and chill out in there. Or if I'm in the mood, like, hey, let's play some poker, let's chop it up, let's meet some new people, then I stay over on the public side, which is what I do most of the time. I stay on the public side because I think I've shared before, that's my socialization going there. So I want to meet some people, and I want to, so for me, it's kind of in the middle. Now I've been, and I'm sure you're going to talk about your lounge. I've been there, and I've never had an experience like that. So if there was a lounge like that around me, I probably would frequent it a lot. So, and I won't steal your thunder of what your lounge is like. So I'll let you go there.
So what do you prefer, Mike?
Well, I would say more of laid back. They might have a game on or something like that still, but a little bit of rowdiness. But the overall culture there, just to be a good place just to relax and unwind, is what I would prefer. Because here the lounge here at El Guapo's, it's more of your average blue collar lounge, and that's who frequents it a lot. So I'd say just laid back. Can get a little turned up if we need to, but
and the thing is that we've spoke about this. Like you're kind of in a very remote area. You know what I mean? Which kind of like you kind of limited. And this is why I'm honestly, and I keep on bringing up our trip. Like I can't wait to expose you to this. Yeah. Because I know you're going to be like a kid in a candy store when you get to CI and when you get to the JC Newman Diamond Lounge. And it's crazy. You know what I mean? When I tell you, when you go into that humidor, especially CI, that you're allowed to smoke in this humidor and stuff like that. And it's I can't wait. But once again,
bananas.
Yeah, it is bananas. My brother PC, you kind of in a metropolitan. You got all sorts of lounges. Which one do you prefer to go to?
Actually, I like the laid back lounge where the music is just right. The noise is not too loud. You might have some laughs, some jokes, some conversation, and some nice libations. But the downside is, I'm in a party city. Everybody wants to go turn. Well, I'm not going to say everybody. There are a lot of lounges that play a lot of hip hop music. People come to mingle like it's the club. Is the only benefit is you can smoke cigars in there. Now, are they up dancing? One or two maybe, but that's it's still good. It still has that ambiance that you want when it comes to smoking cigars. They have some of the best humidors and stuff like that. And, but I like to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more chill, laid back, where I can kick my feet up. And if I fall asleep with my stick in my mouth, I'm good. You know what I mean? So that means I'm at home,
Yeah.
So I like a reserved lounge, to be honest with you.
And now it comes to Mr. Panda.
That laugh says it all.
So listen. There's no secret that one, I enjoy talking. There's no secret that I'm a social butterfly. I like to socialize. I am loud. And I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because you know what, it's all good. I don't need to be everyone's cup of tea. But my lounge, and Don's been to it, it's a family-orientated lounge, and we are loud. We are loud. We talk more smack to each other, and especially when we're playing dominoes, guys. So don't get me wrong. I enjoy going to these nice lounges that, there's a dress code, because you know what? It's good to break the monotony, right? It really is. To get dressed up, go chill, relax with your old lady, chill. You know that the atmosphere is going to be mellow. We don't have any lounges out here that per se that have any like live music. There used to be lounges like that that I used to enjoy going to, but they, for whatever reason, they've gone away from it. I'm a big jazz guy. I love jazz. You know what I mean? If you could find me a lounge with some jazz music that's gonna be chill.
Yeah.
with the wife, you know what I mean? That she can have a couple of glasses of wine, smoke her cigarellos, I'm smoking my sticks. You know, I enjoy those. But if I had my choice, I'm that rowdy one. You know what I mean? I'm that rowdy one because you know what? I enjoy that camaraderie that we have in my lounge, and that you know, perfect example tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a domino tournament starting at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know what? Starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, a pig roast, an 80-pound full pig roast in a caja china.
I'll be there at 2.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's the type of lounge that I enjoy doing. That's the camaraderie that I love talking about. That's the family and the bond that I love that my lounge has, you know. And you know, this, you know, I'm gonna be biased, man. I have yet to find a lounge to this day that matches my lounge's vibe. I'll be honest with you. And I've been to a bunch of lounges, and that camaraderie, because you know what, when you're a newcomer to a lounge and you have your regulars, you know, when you walk in, most of the time they're not the most friendliest people because they have their cliques. You know, now you're the outsider. You got to find your way in and try to find some type of, you know, common ground so that you could kind of break the ice. In my lounge, the minute you walk in, the ice is broken. You know, especially if you come in with one of us. You know, someone comes in, everyone's standing up, shaking your hand, welcoming you. And if you haven't smoked, say, hey, man, here's a stick, man. Hey, have a drink on me. But that's how we are. You know what I mean? And to me, like I said, to this day, I've yet to find a lounge like Burn One. I honestly, I love these guys. And like I said, we've broken bread on holidays. We've slept over each other's homes. You know, that's the type of bond that we have in my lounge, you know. And like I said, I enjoy every lounge. I enjoy every lounge that sells cigars, put it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to a specific lounge, give me a rowdy one all day of the week, especially during football season. You know, the smack talking. What?
Oh, that would be fun.
Well, and, you know, I think I can back Penn. So I was down in South Florida in January of last year of this year, and so at that point in time, the lounge that I was going to had just closed. We all know, you know, Clint. He worked at the shop, and so I would go smoke with him, and then that lounge just closed. So I was searching for a new lounge, and going to Panda's Lounge kind of ruined me, to be honest with you, because I went to one lounge that's around here, and you know, I went in there 3 nights in a row. It was cold outside. I didn't want to sit on my porch and smoke, so I went to this lounge. I went there 3 nights straight in a row, and not a single person said a word to me, including the staff. And I was like, man, like that's, you know, I was just in South Florida, and I walked in, and you know, I watched these guys, I watched Panda walk around the room and bro hug and kiss on the cheek every dude in that place, you know, and like these people are family to him, and for me, you know, you walk in and everybody kind of gave you that little side, like, who's the new guy? Who's the new guy? You know, and for me, you know, so I went to a different place, which is the lounge I'm a member at now, and when I walked in, I was the only person in there at the time. It was a Monday night. It was pretty slow, and the owner came up to me, sat down next to me. How you doing? My name is Fred. You know, tell me about yourself. And we hit it off right away. And I said, this is the place. And so now I try to incorporate a little bit of what I saw at Panda Shop when new people come in. If I got a bottle on the table, my bottle is your bottle. You know, sit down, especially because my lounge is a BYOB. So a lot of new people come in and don't know that when they walk in. So they're like, oh man, I didn't bring anything. My bottle's if my bottle's on the table, it's your bottle. You know. And I try to be that kind of guy that welcomes the new people, because I know how I felt in that other lounge going, they don't really want me here. I mean, they want my money, I'm sure, but they don't really want me sitting in here smoking a cigar. And it didn't feel great, you know, so I try to be that guy. And I, like I said, your lounge kind of ruined me, because it was like, this is, you know, I'm not as loud and boisterous. I'm not going to, you know, during the game I am, but, you know, but I'm, you know, but seeing you guys, even though you're busting each other's chops from the time you walk in to the time you walk out, it's nothing but love, and it just it's really, really cool.
You know, I can tell you, you know, it takes a while to build that camaraderie, right? But you got to start somewhere. Right? You got to start somewhere, and I don't know why, I've always taken it upon myself to be that person, you know, to welcome anybody. I don't care who you are, and to me, I always want whoever's hanging out with me, or just either visit my lounge, dude. Yo, you got carte blanche. What's mine is yours. I got 2 lockers. You pick whatever you want. If you don't see anything you like in my locker, pick whatever you want. I got you. And I want anyone that I socialize with to feel that love and to understand that, listen, this is the bond that I'm looking for. This is what I want. And I'm hoping that whatever I have rubs on to you, right? And I get it. And like I said, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, because I know I could get on certain people's nerve because I'm loud and obnoxious sometimes, but it's out of love. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
And to me, I've been to those lounges that I go into a lounge and everyone's giving you that side eye. They don't even say hello, and it's like, dude, you can't even say hello to me? Like, really? I'm like,
the
okay.
best thing to do is say hi.
Right. And to me, I think the consumers, the people that are in the lounge, have that much of responsibility to the lounge itself and its owners to make everyone that's coming in through those doors feel welcome.
Feel welcome. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like I said, listen, on some events, when they're short staffed, guess what? I'm behind the bar. I'm pouring beers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm helping out in the humidor. And they're like, yo, AP, can you do me a favor, take care of the humidor? I got you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I got you.
Especially if you're a member, at that lounge, especially if you're like we always talk about, if you're part of the furniture there, then there's going to come a time, they're there for me when I need them. So I need to be there for them when they need me, type thing.
Right.
Yeah. I cannot tell you that whenever I was in a bind, I make one phone call. You know how many people show up?
Oh.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely bananas. When I tell you, like I said, when I had my housewarming party, I had over 50 people in my house, and more than 30 plus of them were from the lounge and their spouses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's crazy, and that's the love. You know what I mean? And that's something that I've always looked forward to. And actually, the wife said that I'm never allowed to open up a lounge because she'll never see me, because she knows that I love that environment. You know what I mean? I absolutely love that environment. I really do. And if I would ever open up a lounge, that's the lounge. My lounge would be the lounge I would try to emulate to a T. Because, the one thing that I could tell you about the owners, Sal and Paulo, that they don't care how much money you spend in their lounge. If you break the atmosphere, the vibe, okay, which has happened on multiple occasions, these people have no problem saying, you know what? You need to pack your stuff. Here's your refund on your locker or lockers, and have a nice day. You're not welcome back. You know what I mean? And to me, when you have owners that realize that you have 1 or 2 people that are breaking the vibe in your lounge, and you have multiple people complaining, they're not worrying about that dollar amount that one person's spending.
No.
You know what I mean? And I can tell you, there's one particular guy have 4 lockers stacked, okay? And I'll always buy him boxes, and he's like, yo, you got to go. You just got to go. It's just, you know what? And he thought because he spent all this money that he had every right to act a certain way. And my owners were like, sorry, buddy, not in our house. Hit the road. Hit the road. And, and I think that I think a lot of people have a lot of respect for them because of that. Because it's not just because, obviously, listen, they're there to make money. They're there because it's a business, it's a livelihood. But they know that the core is more important than the minute. You know what I'm saying? The once in a while, yeah, you spend money here and there, but these are guys here that are every day supporting the lounge every single day, and they're lifers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I love it.
I feel your passion about that, brother.
Yeah, I just do, because it's like, and like when I tell you that it's almost unfair when I go to another lounge because I always compare it to my lounge, and I know it's unfair, but I'm telling you, I have a lounge, no lie, 10 minutes away from my house. I have maybe 1, 2, 3. I got about 5 lounges within 10, 15 minutes from my house. and I drive an hour south of my house just to go hang out with my people.
Well, you and I went to one of those lounges.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same.
No, it's not. Sorry, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the owner there is really cool people, and the people that I know, a couple of the people that go there, it's just not the same vibe. It's just not the same vibe.
Well,
You know?
I got at least 3 lounges I need to take you to just to equal up to that one.
Hey, listen,
The first
I'm
one,
up for the challenge.
you know what the first one is? That's Cigar Cellar. I got to take you there because the ventilation in that place is amazing. They also have the poker table, and you know the drinks are off the chart. Then I got to take you to what is it, Cigar City, which is that other classy place that you like, because you know how you do.
Dude, let me tell you. Hold on. Let me pause you there for a second, PC. So those of you who don't know about Cigar Cellar, if you guys get a chance, go on YouTube and check out that lounge. I found that lounge on a fluke, right, PC? Because I was looking for ventilation for eventually I'm gonna have my own I'm having a man cave built in my backyard, and I was looking for ventilations. And this guy practically found a system, cost efficient. I'm pretty sure it's still pricey, but it's practically almost a smokeless lounge.
Yeah.
I mean, and he showed it on. Guys, I'm telling you, I didn't want to cut PC short, but that lounge, when you get a chance, guys, go on YouTube and type in Cigar Cellar. That lounge will blow your mind. And I know they do jazz night and they do some live music there too.
And they also do car shows every other weekend.
Yeah,
man.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, PC.
No. I mean that adds to it, and these are the things I want you to experience, and that's what the Atlanta area has to offer, man. You got some of everything. I also found a dinner and smoke, or a dine and smoke, and that's something else that we need to talk about too. But and this is something I wanted to take you guys to, man, and I can't wait to get you here at some point in time. To take you to all of these lounges because they're different experiences.
Yeah.
But with all those experiences, I had to find me a lounge that's similar to yours. So when I walk in the door, I feel like I'm at home. Yeah. Luckily, it's just 10 miles down the road. Like you said, I'm gonna pass maybe 3 lounges before I get there, and these are all nice lounges.
Yeah, listen, I truly believe that you got to have a home lounge. I really believe that. I really do. Because I'm such a big advocate. Like we spoke on our last podcast that I'm such a big advocate of supporting our local mom and pops. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's nothing better than for you to find a home. Yeah. For you to just be able to sit down. It's like that old TV show. I don't know if JJ remembers it because he's too damn young. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah. Everyone knows your name. You know what I mean? And but I'm a diehard. If you have not found a lounge to call your own, I recommend that you do research on it, right? Go and visit, and not only visit one, multiple times during the week, during the weekend, and if your significant other is willing to go with you and tolerate the smoke with you, by all means take her or take him, Yeah. I'm a big advocate with that. You know what I mean? I really am of supporting your local lounges, man, because we all need a place to just decompress, man. We really do. I mean, it's just one of those things that I believe that we.
Well, that we need. I got a chance to check something off my bucket list with my home lounge, which is Harlem Cigar Room. Dude, the owner sitting off in there rolling cigars, and I'm sitting there amazed. I'm thinking, well, I got to pay $50, $75 to get somebody to come and roll cigars with them to teach me to roll. He's like, whenever you want to, I can teach you to roll cigars right here in my home lounge. I was done.
Man, yep.
I was done.
What?
Awesome. I was done.
What's that saying? Take my money?
Yeah.
That's right.
Take my money.
Oh, that's
yes, sir.
Yeah,
I was done, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, and you understand, like I said, JJ, I recommend for you to go to a Guapo's, you know what I mean, and just chill for a couple hours with the guy, mingle with the rub elbows with the owner, because you'll be surprised, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like I said, the bond that I built with the owners, and not only the owners but their family, their wife, their kids, their grandkids. It's insane, that it's just that bond that, like I said, I'm hoping, and like I said, I hope one day I could have a lounge like that. You know what I mean? And that, that I could call my own, but who knows? You know what I mean? But I don't know. What I mean? To me,
so while we're talking about your lounge, Panda, it's a great segue. Why don't we take a look at it?
Let's do it.
What's going on, guys? This is your boy Panda, and your boy Panda has some great news. We have teamed up with Burn One Cigar Bar, located at 7328 Royal Palm Boulevard in Margate, Florida. Guys, Burn One Cigar Bar is your go-to destination for the finest selections of premium cigars at unbeatable prices. Step into a world of luxury and relaxation as you indulge in the smooth flavors and exquisite aromas of our carefully curated cigars collection. But that's not all. Burn One Cigar Bar has teamed up with us for an exclusive sponsorship opportunity just for you. When you call Burn One and purchase any box of cigars, you unlock a fantastic discount of 20% of your order using special discount code PANDA. You can contact Burn One at 954-970-0001 or on their social media pages, Facebook and or Instagram. Guys, don't miss this chance to elevate your cigar experience without breaking the bank. Visit Burn One Cigar Bar today, mention discount code PANDA, and treat yourself to premium cigars at incredible value. Hurry up, this offer won't last. Burn One Cigar Bar, where luxury meets affordability. And they ship nationwide. Peace.
There you go, guys.
That's it.
Oh, the music stopped. Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So you guys got a glimpse of what my lounge looks like. That's where I am very fortunate to go to almost every day. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be there in the Domino tournament, eating a 80-pound roasted pig cooked from scratch, in the cajachina. But that's the lounge that I call home. That's the lounge I call home, guys. But which goes to our next and final topic, guys. Lounge etiquette. You tell me your do's and don'ts in the lounge that you guys have, and what are some of your pet peeves? Because I know I have one in particular that is one of my biggest pet peeve in the lounge. Go ahead, Don. Start us off.
So I think the obvious one is when you walk into a lounge, you got to support the lounge. You got even if they allow outside cigars in, you got to buy a cigar in there. You got to and most of the time I'll buy 2 or 3 on the occasion that. Because my lounge is 24. I have 24/7 access. So there's times I go in there when they're not open, and I'm smoking something that I either got there or I brought. So whenever I go in there and they're open, I have to buy it. It's just me. I got to buy a cigar. That keeps him in business. Keeps me having a place to go. The one pet peeve that I have, I know everybody has the don't crush your cigar, don't do this, don't do that. I could care less about any of that stuff. You bought the cigar, do what you want with it. My biggest pet peeve is people that come into a lounge and get loud talking about divisive topics. And we've had internal conversations between us 4 about this stuff, but politics is one. The owner of I've watched the owner of our lounge ask people to leave because he the name of the lounge I go to is called Maduro's. He said, it doesn't say Republican Maduros up there. It doesn't say Democrat Maduros up there. It says Maduros, and you may vote one way. I may vote another way. It doesn't matter. We're all here to enjoy a cigar and enjoy each other's company. And I love that because it does nothing but divide people. I hate that. You get people in the back and they're getting loud because they want everybody to hear what they have to say. And
Right.
That's my one pet peeve. If me and you are talking on a couch and we're having a nice quiet conversation about things, talk about whatever the hell you want. I don't care. But when people start getting loud and start using derogatory names for this or that or just really kind of irks me. I'll actually get up and if I don't say something, which a lot of times I won't because it's not my place to. I'll get up and go to the member side just because I don't want to deal with it. So
Yeah, I hear you.
that's my one pet.
But it's a valid point, right? Because and that's one of the things that we all spoke about that we all agree on is not to talk politics, not to talk religion. You know, I think there's a time and place for that stuff, right?
Absolutely.
And you know, you and I can have difference of opinion, and I think that for the most part, people could be mature about it, but the other part, and you know what, I'm not looking to divide. You know, that's why we came up with the bonded by the leaf, not divided by the leaf. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or the opinions of,
100%.
you know, I don't honestly, in all due reality, I could care less who you vote for. It's none of my business, right? I don't care what your religion is. None of my business. You know, and those are, I agree with you. Those are topics that I choose to stay with. You know, on our private Discord, if we want, if among us we want to discuss it, by all means. You know, I am one that I don't care for it on an open platform. You know, and I've expressed that with you guys. You know, how I feel about that. You know, especially when I'm on a live. You know, I don't care to hear other people's opinions of what their political beliefs are, or who they voted for, or their religion. I don't care for that, because I want people to come to us knowing that none of that's going to be discussed, none of that's going to be brought up, and that you have a safe space. You know what I mean? So I mean, that I agree with you 100%, Don. 100%. What about you, Mutt?
Well, in my limited experience, I would say mind your own unless you're brought into the conversation.
Yes, sir.
I mean, something kind of like that. And just know that when you're within them four walls, we're all the same. You know, you're not above me, you're not below me. And don't try to make anybody feel that way.
Right.
I think those would be my two biggest things right there.
And I agree with you, because you know what? The reality is that I cannot stand. I'm the opposite of Don. If something irks me, and if it irks me enough, rest assured I'm going to say something. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're my friend, if I consider you a friend, right? And if, I don't know if you guys saw my post not too long. I said we're no longer friends, we're family.
Yep.
You know? And I truly believe that, because to me, a true friend is someone that if they hear someone talking bad about you, that they step up and say something. You know, to me, you're not a friend if you stay quiet and you come to me and say, "Hey, so and so was saying something." Because my immediate question to you is like, "Okay, but what did you say?"
Right.
Because if you're a friend, you're not gonna allow anyone to talk bad about me, because I know I'm not gonna let anybody talk bad about any of my people. Period. You know, and you're right. You know what? Know your place. Stay in your lane. Right? Stay in your lane. It's important, because you know what? If no one asks for your opinion, don't give it. You
Turn
know,
that blinker on and get right back on in.
100% on that, JJ. It's such a good valid. That's a good pet peeve, man. And that's happened multiple times in the line. You know, what says you, PC?
Well, you guys expressed everything that I believe in when it comes to etiquette, man. But another one of these things is just be aware of your surroundings. That's the biggest thing to me. Not knowing or paying attention to the environment that you're in.
Know
Know
your
the vibe
audience.
when you walk through the door.
Mhm.
And a lot of people walk through the door oblivious to, the vibe and how it flows in the lounge. I don't care what lounge I go in. I'm always paying attention to the vibe and the people, and that sets the tone for how I'm going to react to others and how I'm going to, deal with people throughout the lounge. Another pet peeve that I have, this is huge. Don't lick your cigar before you use my cutter.
You took it. You took it from me, PC. You
I'm
took it from
sorry,
me,
man.
man. Damn,
I'm,
you took it
I'm,
from me. Really?
hey, hey, you know
No.
what? Hey, I'm gonna pass that off to the fullback. Take it to the 2 hole.
Oh man, you don't understand. That drives me absolutely freaking bananas, dude. And you know what's crazy about this? Not only do I see this from like people that don't know nothing about cigar etiquette, but I see a lot of this from people that are veterans, man, and it drives me freaking bananas. There's nothing worse that you go to a lounge, you see them grab a cigar, and they get caught up in conversation. The first thing they do, they're molesting the hell out of the cigar. They grab that freaking cutter from the freaking counter or wherever the hell is hanging. They go clip. I can't stay quiet. I can't stay quiet, especially if I know you. If I know you, my reaction is like, really,
Oh.
PC? Really?
Not
Really?
us.
Really, Don? Are you serious? You just molested the hell out of that cigar. You to cut it? Oh my God. Boom, bro. It drives me bananas.
Hey, but you know what?
Bananas.
I'm gonna say this to you. That cut is yours. You can have that.
The problem is when you got a cigar cut, like you have a lounge cutter, like
Yeah.
we have a station with the cutters, the lighters, and it's attached to a string.
Right.
This is why I have my own cutter that I leave in my locker. Okay, and if I travel somewhere, I always bring my cutter. And if you ask to borrow my cutter, you know the first thing I ask you? Let me see your cigar. If I see it's wet, man, you better go find another cutter. You better go spend $10. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely bananas, man, how people do this. You know?
Right.
I can tell you another thing that drives me nuts is when I see someone molesting cigars in the humidor. They're grabbing it, sticking it up all their nostrils, and then they put it down. Bro, you gonna buy that cigar? No, I just wanted to know how to smell like. Dude, do you know someone else is gonna put that cigar in their mouth now?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna put that damn thing up? You know? Oh my God, man! Those outside of everything that you guys spoke about. Those are my two biggest pet peeves. You know, and mind you, I get you want to smell the tobacco. I get it. I understand it. But man, I can't stand when someone just grabs a stick and just molests the hell out of it. It's like it's so far up their nose, it's touching their brain cells. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Hey, it just takes
like
a little
knuckle deep, bro. They're knuckle deep.
It takes just a little patience, man. Cut the cigar, and then you can do whatever you want to do with it after you cut it.
Listen, when you buy it, you can do whatever the heck you want to do with it, man. I could care less.
Oh yeah.
But, it's just like, and you get a lot of that from. You know, listen. You get a lot of that. You get that from veterans, but you get a lot of that from new guys, right?
Right.
And what blows my mind with the new guys, I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're smelling. You're gonna get the same note. You could pick up 5-10 different sticks, and you're gonna smell tobacco. That's it. Yep. You are not gonna be able to distinguish some type of floral, cocoa, coconut. None of that. None of that. So why in the heck are you putting it up in damn nostril knuckle deep? I don't get it, man. So yeah, you can say that the Panda has some issues when it comes to some of those. It just drives me bananas, man. And I am that one that like, you buying that?
Yeah.
If you're not, you are now. You know what I mean? Like, dude, come on now, man. Come on now. Like, come on. It just drives me nuts, guys. It's just, and like I said, like Don said, if you go to a new lounge, especially if it's not your lounge, guys, and in most lounges are not going to have every cigar that you like. And if you bring cigars, you have you are truly obligated to support that lounge and buy a stick or two.
Yeah,
buy a drink, whether even if it's a bottle of water, a Coke, something. You got to support your mom and pop, man. You got to, and like I said, it's just one of those things that it's just common sense, which unfortunately common sense isn't as common as we think it should be.
No.
It is what it is.
And for me, one of the pet peeves that I just kind of thought of, and we all started our cigar journey somewhere, whether it be somebody handed you a cigar and you went, it's pretty cool, or whatever, or you smoked your first cigar and went, whoa, no way, and then 10 years later, here we are. But we all started somewhere, and a lot of new cigar smokers start with flavored type cigars, and I just can't stand when somebody goes in there to buy a cigar and I'm just going to use a brand because I know they're infused. Like somebody buys an acid, and you're going to buy it. That's what that man likes.
That's what they
smoke
like.
Away.
Right.
And that lounge owner is obviously okay with you smoking that cigar in his lounge, or he wouldn't have it in his humidor.
Correct.
And so if that whatever cigar, I don't tend to smoke a lot of infused or flavored cigars anymore. I did when I was a younger cigar smoker, but I don't anymore because I actually like a regular, I say a regular cigar. That I'm just bad by saying that. Yeah, but if somebody is gaining the love of being in the lounge and smoking a cigar and learning the etiquette and learning the art of cigar smoking, if that's an acid or a Tatiana or a Padron, who cares?
Yep.
You know, it ain't affecting you. It ain't affecting you one bit what that guy smokes or that lady smokes. It drives me nuts when people go, because you can see
Well,
them. They come out, you know, they got the acid, and everybody's like,
I got to tell you, I got a best friend that I hold a huge favor. He smoke acid cigars. I most definitely got to get him a box of acid blue label.
The Cuba Cubas.
Yeah, the Cuba Cubas, man.
You know, yeah. Don't be that lounge bully, right?
No.
Now, I can tell you this: in my shop, I ain't gonna lie to you. We talk so much smack. You know, it's and mind you, it's among ourselves. You know, those that we know each other. If it's someone new, it's funny how everyone looks at each other because you know those infused cigars, especially like the Cuba Cuba or the Blondies or etc. You know, those cigars have a very distinctive smell, and everyone goes. Everyone's like everyone starts looking around, you know, breaking their neck, you know, rubbernecking, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we all laugh and stuff like that. But you know what? Don't be that. Don't be the lounge bully. You know, if you want to introduce them to something different, then do that. You know what I mean? Do it with some type of class, right? You know, they might be afraid and not realize that you know there are other cigars out there that they're infused per se, not with those type of notes, but they are infused with coffee, with cocoa, with dark chocolate, with pepper, stuff like that.
pipe
You
tobacco.
can
I
take a
mean,
cup of
there's
tea afterwards, and not if not, it is what it is. You know,
Or,
I
or
agree.
the or the bourbon cigars. You know, I got guys that's all they smoke was something infused with bourbon or something of that nature.
And they're naturally sweet cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's tons.
I know for me, when I first started smoking cigars, I hate to use the word afraid because I wasn't afraid, but I was nervous about buying a cigar that wasn't something that I knew that I liked.
Right.
Nowadays, I'll go in and "Hey, I want to try that one because I like the label, or I want to try that one because it looks good. I
Yeah.
wasn't that way when I first started. I was like, okay, I know I like this one. I don't want to be that guy in the lounge that takes a puff of the cigar and starts choking on it, you know. So I was a little bit afraid to. So somebody might not want to spend that, you know, $8, $10, $20 on a cigar that they don't know that they like. And I think part of being a member and a diplomat for that lounge is saying, hey, try this one here. Give this one a try when you have a chance. You know, you might like it. If you don't, no harm, no foul. You know,
Right. And it's all of our jobs to try and coach those with you know the little or least experience in the lounge or with cigars in general. I mean, it's because you showing them that you know that love and that brotherhood or sisterhood or whatever it may be. That's what carries that on to, you know, like you said, hopefully they do that for the next person, like you said earlier. And that's how this culture has stayed alive. And if, you know, we don't practice that, it eventually that's not going to be here no more. It's going to be a thing of the past.
I have a perfect example. Probably 2 weeks ago, I was in the lounge and a guy was smoking. I can't even remember what he was smoking. It was a Leaf by Oscar or something, and we were talking about cigars. And I had a Encore Black with me. I gave him an Encore Black.
Exactly.
This dude might be today. 2 weeks later, he might be the biggest purchaser of VP Carrillo cigars on the planet. He's like, and he's like, oh, I bought this other one, the new Pledge of Allegiance. He goes, I bought one for you. I forgot, I didn't bring it today, but I got next time we're here together, I got it for you. I'm gonna put it in my locker for you. Like, sweet, man. I think that's what the lounge is all about. You know,
Right.
Exactly.
Well, you hit him with the massive uppercut, man, with the Encore Black. Really, man? People ain't ready for that, man. You know. But listen, guys. You know, and like I said, this is it's to become and be one, right? Bonded. We're bonded by this, right? We're bonded by the leaf, and to me, you know, and I've said this multiple times. There's nothing like this type of environment anywhere. You know, and mind you, like I said, I've been to certain places that if I wasn't an experienced smoker and I'm not comfortable with who I am and know my experience and stuff like that, you know, there are people that will make you feel very uncomfortable. And to me, it's like, why?
why?
Like why? Like that to me never made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Like,
said,
does that make you feel better about yourself? Does
Right.
that make you feel better
It
about
Well,
yourself to make me feel?
I'll be the first to tell you. I've been in the lounge and you know the new cigar smokers, and the guy was smoking an Oliva. Matter of fact, he had the Melania, and you could tell he was kind of looking around, nervous. And I kind of approached him, and I was like, "Man, that's a great cigar you got." He was like, "You think so?" I was like, "Sure, man, it's a great cigar." And you can see his confidence. You can see it just calm him down. And he was like, "Man, I appreciate that, man. I'm waiting. Your wife smoke?" I was like, "Yeah, she smoked. She liked those too." "Really? I'm gonna see if I can get it," and just calm them right down, because you got to make these, man. You don't want anybody to feel, inferior coming to the lounge. And this is what they found something that can help them through a tough day. You don't know what their walk, a life is. And that's the thing you have, and you know what your walk of life is. It's like, man, you know what? I'm not gonna push negativity. I'm gonna give out some positive, vibes and see how it works. And it's a big, big thing in a community, man. If you can just have a little bit of positive attitude towards people and the things that um, you really love.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, it's so important, right? Because this community is big. It really is big, and there's room for everyone,
Absolutely.
right? There's room for everyone for all walks of life. It doesn't matter your skin color, your race, your creed, your religion, policy. Well, it don't mean any. It doesn't mean nothing. I leave all that nonsense at the door. You know what I mean? I'm just at the lounge just to hang out, enjoy, and just like I said, decompress, man. Because today was my first day back to work, and I got hit with a bunch of new cases. I got to work. I'm stressed the hell out, but I go to my lounge. I play a couple of games of dominoes. We talk crap to each other, and I'm happy.
You're back at it. Yep.
And I'm back at it.
It's like we said before. This is the great equalizer.
Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
absolutely,
We're all on the same plane.
absolutely, guys. I'm gonna put in a little plug on July 1st. I'm being interviewed by Memento Cigars. Clint, if you guys can please check us out. I'm curious to see what he's going to ask. I know he's supposed to. The guy, I got to give Clint his credit, man. Did you see that promo?
Dude.
Did you see that promo?
Hey, I got to set my stuff up.
Dude, man, let me tell you something, man. Talking about giving someone a complex, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm like, dude, I'm at amateur level, man. I'm not even close to this, man. All I did was copy and paste what he sent me. So yeah, guys, July 1st, myself and Memento and I, we're gonna be chit chatting live on TikTok, 7:00 Central, which makes it 6:00 Eastern.
No, the other way around. 8:00 Eastern.
8:00 Eastern, yeah. That's one too many Buffalo Traces. So, guys, listen. Another good episode.
Before we finish up, I also want to give a quick plug. And I haven't run this guy by you guys. I hope this is okay with you guys. But so I have a cutter that I use religiously. I love this cutter. It's one of the best, and I don't know why. It's called a screw pop cutter. And I've had this thing forever. It's a pricey cutter. Don't get me wrong. It's more than you should probably ever spend on the cutter, but I did.
Nope.
And well, yeah, we've had that conversation. Your cutter's your best tool, but
tool.
But this cutter.
You have it?
I have it right here in front of me. It's called a screw. Where's my camera?
Can you put them on the big screen there on JJ? Let's see if we can get. Hold on. Because that's a nice. Put your hand behind it.
Yep, there we go.
There you go.
It's magnet. It's magnet assisted. You can kind of see here if you hit the thing, it pops open. Yeah. So I love this cutter. So I had my cutter forever. I've had it since I can't even tell you when I bought it. And over time, the button it screws in, and over time those with me taking it in and out, I stripped the screws out. I stripped the screw out. So the button kept falling out, and I was like, in my infinite wisdom, I said, I can fix this. And I dropped some I dropped some super glue in there. to try to super glue the threads back in. Well, in my infinite wisdom, I didn't realize that tube was hollow, and it super glued the mechanism shut. And I was just sick. I was sick to my stomach. I was like, oh, this is my favorite cutter. This thing. It never dulls. It's got, I can't even tell you what the blades are made out of. I don't know. I'm not that technical, but it never dull. And I was just sick to my stomach. I was like, man. So I reached out to this company, and I told them exactly what happened. I didn't lie, like, oh, your cutter messed up. I said, look, here's what happened. I stripped the screws out. I put some super glue in there. I'm a dumbass, whatever. I got a response was one sentence. Send me your address. I'll send you a new one.
Nice.
Wow. And I was just like, and this is this is $100. This is $100 cutter. And I was hoping they would say, look, we'll give you 25% off if you buy a new one or something. I was just hoping maybe they would send me your address. I'll send you a new one. So I want to give them a big shout out for taking care of their customers, man. That's huge with me. I will be a customer for life.
So I'll tell you what. So then we'll give them the full plug, man. What's the website? What's
It's www.screwpop.com. They do punch. They do cutters. They do wine accessories. They do a lot. I think they started out as probably a wine accessory company because that's a lot of what they have. But they have this is what I'm partial to is the cutter. It's somebody introduced it to me a while back, and I bought one. I'm a gadget guy. I love. We're going to do that episode one of these days with the gadgets, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but it was really meant something to me that this company just said no questions asked. You patronize us, we're going to take care of you, and I'll be a customer for life. So,
and you guys know, if there's any place I recommend to spend money on is a good quality cutter. I've said that. Forget about a lighter, forget about a carrying case. To me, the money well spent is on a good quality cutter. So there you go, guys. www.screwpop.com.
Yep.
Let them know that the Don highly recommended them.
Please do, and they'll take care of you. I mean, if something happens to your product, they'll take care of you.
Nice, very nice. Well, with that being said, guys, our third episode, 57 minutes and going strong.
It never seems like it's been that long.
I'm not here to correct you, but this is our fourth episode.
Is it our fourth episode?
Yep.
They go by so fast.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow. Was that Charlie? Don't call me no dumbass. I can make a mistake. I'm human, man. Damn, freaking Charlie. Always a critic, Always the critic.
Time flies when we're having fun, guys.
That's right. Well, guys, if you like what you see, once again, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the all notifications. So anytime we pop something up, you guys get notified. JJ, once again, let them know where we're at.
We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Each one of us have our own individual TikToks with mine being, different up here. That mine says JJ, aka the Cigar Mutt, but I use the Leaf and Ash podcast. I'm trying to grow my Cigar Mutt so I can leave that TikTok to just this content only. But we have Instagrams. What's your guys' Instagram handles?
Mine is cigar_panda 75 or just cigar_panda.
And mine is Pete Caldwell 23. And my TikTok is PC Silverback 2023.
My Instagram is Don Sweeney. I haven't changed it yet. I thought I did, but I'm not technologically advanced enough. And my TikTok is the Cigar Don.
But there you go, guys. We are the Leaf and Ash podcast, and we are bonded by the Leaf, guys. Hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Hope you like what you saw tonight. If you see anything that you didn't like, by all means, shoot us a message, and hopefully we can check it out and fix what you didn't like. Catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Later.
Keep it smoking, people.